Oh my god. They have sharks.
Okay, I talked to her. Hi, how are you? Just go to the rooftop. You need to go up to the rooftop.
Okay, I will. Ali?
I am.
Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
It's
Nice
a
to meet you.
pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
My name is Daniel Ruiz. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I'm the South Florida Community Director for Generation Engage. Well, what we do is we have large events that we get our chapters from all around the United States, may it be San Jose, California, Charlotte, or here in South Florida, and we're partnered with Apple, like the ones that create iPods and all that stuff, and we have our iChats where we connect all of our chapters, and we'll bring in like a national leader. Like we've had iChats with Barack Obama, President Clinton, also Colin Powell, and we're able to ask the questions that we feel matter most. What we're doing is getting young adults involved in the political process and also getting involved in civic engagement.
Why?
Because this is the future that they're going to inherit and they need to be active. And what we're doing is connecting them to the political leaders so they can have the dialogue that they want.
What is the most important issue at the moment?
The most important issue, hands down, here in the United States is the economy. And well, that's what we're focusing on as well. We're having local initiatives and also ambassador meetings, because our involved members are called Generation Engage ambassadors, because they're ambassadors to the community, and they help us recruit and get more members to grow Generation Engage and get the youth involved.
Is it a cool thing to be part of, or?
Well, to some of them, yeah. It's cool to be active and engaged in the community, but I think for a large portion of them is that they're finding a way to do something that they haven't been able to do before, which is get connected with those political leaders that they want to talk to but have never really gotten the means to get heard.
Why?
We're living in a special time. May it be like human history, or like we have all this technology, or it may just be the circumstances of what's going on in the world right now. But I think we have a special responsibility to take action right now for the future that we're going to inherit. Well, I think we have more means to get engaged and to rally the youth, because everyone's interconnected, might be through MySpace or Facebook, and we really have a good means to get a lot of people going and involved. Like just by the numbers of what I was talking before, when you look at the primary voting from 2000 to 2008, there's been at least 100% increase. And in some places throughout the United States, it's doubled, tripled, or quadrupled. And this is the youth segment of voters. So they want to vote and they want to get active in the process. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're doing.
And how about the image of the United States in the rest of the world? Are you concerned with that?
I know our foreign policy it's not really viewed well throughout the world. So if you go to a lot of different countries, like mainly Europe or just different parts of the world, you see that they don't have the same overall feelings that we do of what's going on. The young people are looking for a change in this country. The past 8 years, it just hasn't brought a good result, and people are just looking for a change. Okay. And that I think is throughout the United States overall, and especially youth. The youth leans to be more democratic.
About 17 years in row. Look, so many.
My name's Allie Ingersoll. I am the South Florida Community Director for Generation Engage, and I was hired a year and a half ago to open up the Florida chapter, the South Florida chapter of Generation Engage from scratch. I think it's a special generation because of the age of technology. You know, many generations and our parents' generations didn't have technology as a means, an effective way to communicate with elected officials and other friends and family around the country. And I think now using technology, there's so much more access for young people, but I think the technological world is so vast and confusing that sometimes young people kind of need a direction notion of how to navigate with technology and the use of politics together. And I think Generation Engage fuses the two quite nicely.
So what is your main work? How do you do that? Are you online like all day?
No, I'm actually not online. It's a very grassroots approach where I go out and I do recruiting, and primarily at community colleges and different nonprofits in the community.
So why are you doing this, Ali? What is your personal thing?
Well, my original passion in life was entrepreneurship. I have a whole family of entrepreneurs, and we love to build things from the ground up. And I majored in entrepreneurship at the University of Miami. And when I graduated, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea I would be in the nonprofit world, but the job kind of fell into my lap, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. Not only do I get to build something from scratch, from marketing and fundraising and outreach and putting on these great political events, but I actually get to help young people as well. And I love to help people, but I hadn't really thought of helping people in my job. So I think now, after a year and a half, I find it incredibly rewarding, and I think the nonprofit world also needs more business people. I think there needs to be more of a business sense and business ethics in the nonprofit world, because a lot of people think the only difference in the nonprofit world is the tax status. It's a business, so it needs to be run like a business, and I think I can really contribute in that area.
You wanna be an entrepreneur, but you have the heart as well.
Right.
Well, when a young girl, what would you want to be like? Entrepreneurship in what? In cars, maybe?
No, my lifelong goal is to move back to China. When I was 16, I graduated high school, and I went to China for 2 years just to hang out, and I ended up loving the country and the culture.
And what specifically in China do you like, or do you have a question to them? Because they will have debates. Everybody can see each other online.
I guess my biggest question is, when I lived in China, there's such a great deal of censorship over the internet, and how far is the government going to go to censor these young kids who already have access through technology to so much information, and they can travel the world, and they're going to bring back this information that the government doesn't want these young kids to see, and how is the government going to deal with that? They've got a capitalist economy and a socialist government, and I'm curious to see, in the future in this global economy, what decisions the government's going to make.
Very good.
The important thing that the youth needs to do right now and for the rest of their lives is attain financial intelligence. Learn how money and investing works. Because if you leave that up to somebody else, like the government, they're always going to screw you. So you have to learn how money works. Or doing something that services a lot of people and helps a lot of people. Because the path to greatness, may it be financial greatness or life fulfillment, greatness is service to many. So you have to put your problems aside and focus on the problems of the many.